what's up guys? I'm just sitting here trying to figure out the pedal placement in this 78 Chevy Love. It's body dropped, custom firewall, and it's tubbed. Transmission tunnel to fit a 700 R4 because we're putting a tri-power 350 in this thing. So like everything else we've been doing on this, we got to make something work. So what I have here is a 7-inch dual diaphragm brake booster and a 90-degree pedal assembly that keeps the brake booster, master cylinder, and everything under the dash so it's not hanging out on the firewall. So what happens here, you push the pedal and it pushes into the booster 90 degrees instead of out towards the firewall. It does make for checking and filling your brake fluid a little more difficult because it's under the dash, but it's going to keep all of this real nice and clean because you don't have a brake booster and a master cylinder hanging off the firewall. So what I got to do today is figure out how the heck I'm going to mount it under the dash. If you've been hanging out with me in the garage for a while, you know that I never really have a solid plan to start. We just kind of get after it and figure it out as we go. So let's do it. So there's parts of the factory brake pedal and clutch brackets here. I'm gonna try to use that and probably do some support to the dash too. I'm gonna try to stay away from doing any welding on the firewall since we already got so far with that. But if we have to, a little bit more body work and primer and we'll fix it up. So I got this kind of trimmed out where it's gonna sit on that wheel tub. Just gonna hold this up in there and clamp it with these for now and see how well it fits and check out where the pedal ends up. It fits in there pretty good, but it's pretty close to the column. But there's a gap here, so if I can move it over to the left a little bit, it should be all right. I'm gonna go find some sort of spacer, at least just for mocking it up. These two together is about the right size. I'm just gonna clamp it in there for fitting purposes for right now. Unfortunately, I don't have anything this thick that'll work, but I got these two pieces, drilled a hole in one, beveled the edge on both of them, so there's a little gap in there. I'm gonna weld all the way around it, and then I'm gonna fill that hole in with weld, and it'll be one piece. All right, so we got our spacer. I'm gonna weld this both to the factory bracket that's here and the wheel tub. Not only is that gonna space out our pedal like we need, it's gonna make that bracket real strong, I feel anyway. It'll be tied to the wheel tub, the firewall, and the dash. I swear if I wasn't always looking for the tool I just had in my hand, I'd get this stuff done a lot quicker. Seriously though, you guys see my light? Found it right where I put it. All right, I got that assembly clamped in there. Now I'll throw a couple tack welds on there, test fit the booster and all that. And if it works, we'll weld it up. This is all sitting in there pretty good. I think I'll take that booster back out and we'll weld that bracket wherever we can.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good job.
That's in there pretty dang good, guys, but I'm gonna tie it to the dash anyway. We got this bracket here. I'm gonna trim it to fit and we'll weld it on that assembly and the dash and we'll call it good. We're gonna clamp that into place and then weld it. That's in there nice and solid, guys. I'm not worried about that at all. It's tied in with the cowl, the firewall, the wheel tub, and the dash. It's not moving at all. She's solid. That's better than if it was mounted to the firewall. So now I guess we go ahead and put all the pedal assembly together, modify that brake pedal arm as much as we need to, and try to figure out the gas pedal. Now we got this pile of parts that we should get in there and double check it all, put the gauges in, make sure there's room for that, mess around with the brake pedal a bit, put the gas pedal in, and that's a huge check mark on our list. So here's our, I'm gonna call it a cantilever arm. It's what the pedal pushes on and pushes into the brake booster. There's this inner bearing piece or whatever it is and some brass bushings. Those go on there. Slide into our cantilever arm somehow. We don't have a ton of room to be messing around in there. So I'm gonna put the heim joints on the pedal and the brake booster first before I put this in. Now I can slide this in there. So far so good, but I definitely do not like where that pedal sits. It's got a little bit of adjustability up and down, but I'm gonna have to cut it, shorten it, reposition it. But that's the way it goes. That's a universal pedal assembly. Also pronounced universal Because you know what universal means? It doesn't mean it fits everything, it means it fits nothing. So in our custom world, it just means it's a good start. It's on us to make it work. I think what we need to do is cut this pedal off, right about there. It's taking up too much room in that little bit of space I have for my feet, so it needs to move over to the left just a little bit, and it's too long, way too long. So here's my gas pedal, and here's my brake pedal. They're all matchy-matchy. I'm gonna sit in the truck, acting like I'm floored on the gas, and I stomp the brake pedal all the way. And I'm gonna trace my foot and see where they end up, because it seems like that makes sense, right? Yeah. Now I know what a couple of you guys are thinking. Stop. This show is PG. We're kid friendly. Those are feet for the pedals. We're gonna go ahead and weld this back on there, but not totally. Just a little bit, because I know that it'll have to get changed. So I have a nut clamped onto that pedal so this can bolt to it. And it's a complete guess. I don't know if it's right. So I'm gonna throw a tack on it and cross my fingers. There's an old guy and a kid in the road. What do you hit? The brakes. Why did the brake pedal need therapy? Because it was depressed. All right, guys, we need to stop with the bad jokes. Ugh, I need a break. When we're a little further along, I'll take that pedal back out when I know it's exactly how I want it, and we'll continue welding that, do some fish plates on it, because the last thing you want is for your brake pedal to break. But I'm gonna take this gas pedal and a couple self-tapping screws and just screw that into place for now. And that'll give me some holes so I can put some stainless nut and bolts later on. Dang! That's all right, we're gonna do some stainless Allen head machine screws at some point. It'll look nice, if you even never see it. What do you guys say we finish up this pedal arm? All right, we got this all ready to weld up. So that's what we're gonna do. Weld it all the way around in here, weld all that, and then we'll come back in and make a fish plate over this to help keep this thing nice and strong. I've never had a brake pedal break apart under my foot, but I ain't trying to start with this one. So we're building this guy strong. We're gonna go ahead and grind those welds down, make it all nice like a streamlined butterfly. Now there's no reason why I shouldn't trust this. This will never break. It's plenty strong. But when it comes to a system like brakes, overbuilding is not a bad thing, guys. I'm gonna put a fish plate on it. This is just 1/8 inch. We'll weld it on there. We'll drill a hole, we'll bend it, we'll drill a hole, we'll cut it, we'll weld it around. Just for peace of mind. We'll also put a little triangle gusset here on this nut. Then I'll never have to worry about this at all. And this pedal will be good to go. Can't be mad at that at all, guys. I'm not afraid of that. Not that it would have broke anyway, but you can never go too far when it comes to making a reliable brake system. I'll have to mess around with the gas pedal position. I think it needs to get spaced out a little bit, but it's pretty good for now. And I'm happy because that is a huge step forward. We got both pedals located, brake booster, master cylinder, and it's all hidden under the dash. So next time, we're gonna play with some bed liner. This is actually clear. It's tintable. So you can put a 2K paint in this, any color, and mix it up, and you can have a color matched bed liner. So we're gonna throw some Viper Red in here, and we're gonna do something with this. See you then, guys. Oh, until then, check this out.